opportunity before Facade could. Many claim there is a very legitimate gripe to that. But we have a very split crowd as well.
Yeah, Paul is kind of the John Cena, if you will, here in the IWC.
Oh, he's not that bad.
Half the crowd loves him, half the crowd's against him.
No, Palace.
It reminds me of Rocky IV right now.
This story has been very polarizing. You're right, Jack. There's been a groundswell of support for Palace, but I feel like some fans may think Palace is still unproven. Some people may think Palace is a fluke, as there you see the prize perched high above.
That's what it's all about. Men have sacrificed their bodies, blood, sweat, and tears in order to achieve the greatest prize in the IWC.
It started with one man in Monroeville, Pennsylvania in 2002. We've been through Styles, Sabin, Keenan, McChesney, and many others. And Facade, he went for the Arashikage driver early, and Palace had a quick counter. Palace has felt that many a time before. Facade has beaten Palace one-on-one. I don't believe Palace has beaten Facade one-on-one. Oh, Palace went for that jump-up DDT early. Both men are breaking out the hits.
Joe, anytime I see these ladders, it takes me back to my childhood when Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon revolutionized this ladder match. But something that I think really speaks to the danger of this matchup is that Shawn Michaels will admit he doesn't want to be involved in that match ever again. Shawn Michaels will admit that the ladder match shortened his career. It was the cause for many, many surgeries.
And Facade in the prime of his career now. Palace in his very early 20s, still coming into his own. Tonight could be his night. The future could become the present, if it hasn't already. And certainly, again, there's a lot of conjecture and debate. Was Palace a one-hit wonder, or can he solidify his position on top?
Lefts and rights, lefts and rights. I don't think I've seen a hold yet. Good old-fashioned barroom brawl right now.
And imagine the amount of pain and punishment you have to lay on your opponent to keep him down long enough to climb a ladder in a moving surface like a wrestling ring.
And that's what's really interesting, because competitors like Facade are known for absorbing a tremendous amount of pain and continuing to keep going.
Yeah. Facade beat Sami Callihan for his second Super Indy title, now known as Solomon Crowe in NXT. Beat Tony Nese, survived Super Indy. Facade's been in the finals of the Super Indy tournament 3 years in a row. No one else in history can say that in 13 years. That shows you, to your point, the resiliency, the staying power of the Neon Ninja Facade. But Palace has grown up in his own right. He outgrew the STDs, left that group, went out on his own, and has proved a lot of critics wrong. But his greatest critic certainly is Facade. Check out the agility of a Palace.
Tremendous athleticism.
That's a Facade specialty, that Matrix-style spin kick. Palace had it scouted.
Oh!
And an overhead with a neckmare. Goes Palace. And I just got a hunch, Jack, we're going to be here for a while. That's not a bad thing.
I agree wholeheartedly. And another thing that's interesting is, so many of these competitors, especially these two, especially Facade, have looked up to Matt Hardy over the years. Matt Hardy is the guy who's revolutionized the ladder match. They're probably thinking Matt Hardy may have his eye on this match from the back. And what a treat that would be. What a sign of respect and an homage to Hardy to come out here and to perform in a ladder match.
When you've got talent like Matt Hardy on the card, when you've got a jam-packed crowd like this, when you've got the stakes, to paraphrase another announcer, when the lights are on bright, you step it up big.
Well, it's fitting that you bring up Jim Ross, because it would be like us doing commentary in front of Jim Ross. That's how meaningful this match is to these two superstars in front of the great Matt Hardy.
I'd rather call it with Jim Ross, not necessarily in front of him, but I see your point. Well, watch Palace. Atomic drop on the floor right to the tailbone, and there's a ladder perched right there. We're going to slingshot.
Oh, no. Oh, my.
And Palace hit his own head on the way down. That's dangerous.
Both these individuals are risk takers. They love to gamble. I talked to Facade earlier. He said he's getting involved in skydiving, loves freestyle motocross, anything that gets the adrenaline pumping.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anything will get the adrenaline pumping like this match.
Oh, there's no substitution for the adrenaline of the ring.
Oh, please, I can't watch, Joe.
Well, Palace obviously can't reach the title from the outside.
Seems these two individuals are just more focused on inflicting pain right now, doling out punishment.
And again, hey!
Are you kidding me? Let's hope those fans are okay.
What the hell are you doing, Facade?
Facade has no regard for the fans here in IWC.
And Facade's had a lot of unkind things to say about Andrew Palace fans, but that's over the line.
And look, it's endeared him to the rest of the crowd. This fan base is split between Facade and Bloss.
Facade has been, he's been like a pouting child lately, but I think some of these fans maybe respect that edge.
It's not CM Punk, is it? It must be a CM Punk fan.
You're seeing a lot of delusions out there tonight.
I'm having flashbacks.
Rather punkier than Grisham.
Yeah.
Now Facade gonna try to scale the ladder, and that's smart. Palace had to climb over the guardrail back into the ring. Facade's got extra time.
Oh.
Palace interrupts. And I got to admit, I did not expect the crowd to be quite like this. We've seen a very pro-Palace crowd in recent months. And I can't say I personally agree with the attitudes of Facade leading up to and certainly a moment ago in this matchup.
The ladder can be used as a tool. It can be used as a weapon. Facade has his eyes on the prize. Are we nearing the end, Joe?
Palace is there.
Oh, no!
Oh, Facade has impeccable balance. Right back up top, he can still get there.
Well, balance won't help you with a right hand square in the nose.
And another thing to note, Jack, I don't believe the other side of that ladder is meant for climbing. I could be wrong.
No, it's not.
It's just another dangerous aspect. Palace could not give chase to Facade. He had to find a way to knock him off.
These two individuals are very ingenuitive, very innovative. Look for them to find different ways. If there's a way to reach that coveted title above the ring, they'll find it.
Palace looking for weaponry. Sidestep by Facade. Hey!
That doesn't feel good.
As Jay Worth would say, the mommy-daddy button becomes a target.
I'm surprised Facade is taking so much time here. He has his opponent down, wounded, in a very vulnerable position. Go for the title. Oh.
And again, after that low blow, a very surprising reaction from these people. Some appreciate what Facade's done over the years. Some feel it's time for new blood. Digging into the eyes, burying the head. No way to land there that feels good.
Can you imagine what it would feel like having your back slammed into a steel ladder?
Imagine the edges of those rungs just dug up and down your back. And now a Palace sandwich with steel on either side.
As we alluded to, this is a match that will change both of these gentlemen forever. We're going to feel this one for years to come. Oh, no.
And Palace, I believe, elevated the ladder up into Facade as Facade was in midair. And it looks like it connected ribs first.
Facade may have some cracked ribs right now. I'm not so sure Facade will be able to continue.
And certainly...
Joe, you've spoken to his toughness, but there's a saying, and that's pain makes cowards of us all.
Having that rib injury is certainly going to affect your ability to climb as well. And credit to Palace knowing the resolve of Facade, knowing it's not time to climb yet. You got to do something certainly pretty spectacular in order to keep one of these men down. Facade puts the brakes on.
Oh!
I don't know if Facade was aware that ladder was behind him. Now he does.
Beautiful super kick. Shades of Shawn Michaels there.
Great flexibility by Facade. He's the recklessness of life on the streets with the discipline of the Japanese martial arts. And he's got great neck strength. Those bridging exercises. Check out the balance. Oh!
10 minutes gone by this contest, 10 minutes.
We heard the announcement, Joe, there are 10 minutes gone, and we've yet to see either superstar really attempt to grab the title.
An impressive feat of balance a moment ago by Facade. And notice Facade caught Palace in the face. A subtle kick on the way down. You want to use another JRism, the educated feet of Facade certainly has been his strongest ally through the years.
Nicely done.
But can Palace adjust? Can Palace climb?
Palace just steps away. This could be it.
Literally trying to climb the ladder to success.
I don't know if Facade's healthy enough to thwart this attempt. Oh!
Facade just dropped the hand of Palace on that ladder. Palace is reaching.
Oh, my!
But couldn't get there in time. The further you climb up the ladder, the more careful you have to be not to fall because this ring is shaking. It is moving. Oh, jeez! Could have broken his neck.
Oh, the agony, the pain. And Joe, you know somewhere in the back, Matt Hardy is watching this with a smile on his face.
Palace is not moving. His neck got sandwiched.
Both of these competitors leaving it all out in the middle of the ring. Who will be the first to reach the title?
Oh, they are neck and neck, a symbol of how they've been in the Super Division.
Was that a twist of fate from the top of the ladder?
Modified neckbreaker, certainly shades of some of the ladder greats of years gone by. And the respect from this crowd is very apparent. Super Indy has always been about pushing your body beyond its normal limits. We've seen people pass out from pain. We've seen people bleed. We've seen people break bones in these Super Indy encounters.
What happens if neither of these competitors are able to get to the top rung and grab the championship title?
I think that may mean both these men have deceased. That's the only way you gotta go to keep these men out. Facade lives and breathes that title. Palace lives and breathes this business, wants that next level. Palace.
Oh no. Oh my goodness.
Facade aimed that right for the feet or maybe the hands.
Oh goodness, Joe. What we've seen already will take hours at the chiropractor, hours of physical therapy, hours in the ice tub, and we have yet to declare a winner.
Well, I think we may be about to, Jack. This match may be over. And again, it's a volatile atmosphere here in Elizabeth.
And this is where the self-proclaimed adrenaline junkie Facade is really feeling it. Look how he's suddenly come to life. He feels that victory may be in his grasp. That's why Facade no longer feels the pain.
What is Andrew Palace feeling, though?
Oh.
Palace is stirring. That's a great sign that there's no serious long-term damage, but my God. Facade may be trying to send Palace into that ring post.
A lot of competitors will tell you when they're out there under the bright lights and they hear the fans cheering them on and you're running on adrenaline, you don't feel the pain quite in the same way that you may in another situation. But I guarantee you they'll feel it later on tonight.
Yeah. I guarantee you Palace is feeling it now. And, oh geez.
This young man has such a promising future. I would hate to see it ended here. The IWC winner takes all.
And I'm having flashbacks again to that previous ladder match. Logan Shulo, M-Dog Matt Cross, Hallowicked. They were Facade's victims on that night. Wait a second. Facade has Andrew Palace's goggles. Andrew's most prized, beloved possession. And this is just a slap in the face.
Yeah, Facade not even going for the victory here. You can tell this is so personal. This is about so much more than just the championship. The resentment and the disdain that these two competitors have for one another.
What, Palace is up? Palace is awakened.
Well, if you insult a man enough, if you offend a man enough, he'll retaliate.
And I think Palace just noticed the goggles and exploding with right hands to Facade.
15 minutes gone by in this contest. 15 minutes.
Oh my! What impact!
And now Facade in trouble. Facade may not be sure where he is after that whirlwind of fisticuffs from Andrew Palace.
Palace got in a lot of great shots, but again, Joe, I'm baffled that neither one of these competitors is immediately going for the win.
What the hell is Palace doing here? Facade doesn't want to wait around to find out.
In a match like this, it's possible to get punch drunk.
Oh, easily.
I'm not so sure either one of these competitors understands where they're at right now. They're in a fight for their lives.
That's a great point.
Is anybody going to have the wherewithal to climb that ladder and grab the title?
And again, both men with their cheer. Oh no!
Oh no! Oh please no!
Let's
Please
see
no!
a Rush Chicago driver!
Oh! That's it. Ring the damn bell, Joe. I've seen enough. I can't see these careers end like this.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
I've seen a lot of things in my near 12 years here, but I cannot remember an impact, a landing as breathtaking, as scary as that is.
Palace and Facade, they're entertaining the heck out of all these fans here in this arena, and that's what it's all about. Again, Joe, we know this is the last night for Chuck Roberts. Do we really want to see this be the last night?
Jack, I'm all for entertainment, but these guys are killing each other out here.
That's what I'm
You
trying
gotta
to say.
draw the line.
These two young men with promising futures, it could be all over right here.
And
At what cost?
And I question Facade's motives. Knowing about that young man, what I've known these past couple months about how he views Andrew Palace.
Facade has his wits about him. Is he able to...
Look at Palace. Palace put the goggles
I
on.
don't know if Palace knows where he's at right now.
Well, I think Palace is seeing the world a little differently.
Oh!
Are you kidding me?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, with authority! What a power bomb off the ladder! Climb the ladder, Palace!
This is your time, kid. These chances may be once in a career.
Coming out.
One chance to live your dream. Wait a second. Palace not looking at the belt.
It's about more than a championship.
Palace has never hit that maneuver. The goggles on in the splash. He's missed every time for 2 years. But tonight, the biggest match of his career, Palace finally connects.
Joe, I noticed something there, though. Palace was looking for the 3 count on that. He's not in his right mind right now. Perhaps finally coming to and realizing he's in a ladder match, realizing what's at stake, what has to be done to accomplish a victory tonight.
Well, if there's any time, it's now. You gotta climb. Your Super Indy dreams are a fingertip away.
Great defense by Facade.
Facade stirring. All you had to do is shake that ladder, put Palace off balance. Could this...
Oh,
And again, Facade.
time to destroy the ladder.
Yeah,
It's not going to help either competitor.
can't climb that opposing side, but he's gonna try.
Oh no.
Both men reaching simultaneously.
Just centimeters away.
His fingers tips are on the title. Oh no. Is that a can of spray paint?
No.
Facade's got the spray paint. He just hit Palace in the head.
Don't do it.
I think he's going for the arm.
This could permanently blind a man.
But Palace has the goggles. Palace with the goggles. The goggles did come in handy after all these years. And Palace, can he get... Palace has the title.